we build and sell. But in the copy itself, honestly, we've almost complete. There are some exceptions where it just doesn't make sense. But in 99% of cases, we have stopped using templated copy. I mean, I think, the first thing that changes is when you send the email. So send time optimization is a huge topic in the Growth OS that we build and sell. But in the copy itself, honestly, we've almost complete. There are some exceptions where it just doesn't make sense. But in 99% of cases, we have stopped using templated copy. So all of this syntax, all of this hello, company name, company industry, all of this type of placeholder copywriting has gone. It's almost gone. Now I say almost because there are some cases where you don't need to overcomplicate the copy at all. We sell something extremely transactional and simple. Then you just can use templated copy, but we've stopped. And we've stopped for two reasons. Number one is a lot of spam filters are going to catch you sending 1,000 emails. And secondly, it turns out that LLMs are good enough at personalized, what we call hyper-personalized copywriting. They're good enough at it now that if you feed them a proper prompt that is based with the account information and the user information that you have in your CRM, and you feed them that information in a proper prompt, they're actually able to produce a human-sounding, well-written email that sounds just like you. You can feed it actually your seller persona. You can feed it your tone of voice. You can feed it whether you're high energy, low energy rep. And it's going to be able to produce a hyper-personalized piece of copy that you can then go into a workflow and hit approve, and it'll send the email. So you have and so it's basically behaving like Gmail. It just goes and puts everything in your drafts, and you can go approve. So you don't really need to do this type of email templates and syntax anymore. And this is one of the biggest unlocks in copy that I've seen in years. So don't send templated syntaxed email that thousands and thousands of them, because Google's going to figure you out. And so is the Microsoft inbox isn't going to figure you out. And then secondly, LLMs are now at that point where you can do hyper-personalized copy, and the Growth OS does it in our Journeys product. Sorry, Sean, it's a shameless plug. But, this is one of the features I'm super proud of building, and it's really, really useful because it's email that actually sounds like you, and it auto-writes it for you. So that's that's the absolute number one unlock for copy that is so simple to do today. It's far simpler than writing templated copy with syntax, frankly, because you let an LLM write it for you. Now, you have to train the LLM. You have to, with your seller's voice and with your buyer persona. You do have to do that. So you do have to work the LLM a little bit, and so that it learns about what kind of seller are you, and what kind of buyers on the other side. But after it figures that out, you can absolutely go and review every email that it writes with just fast clicks, and then it'll send it out. Yes, it's slightly slower than sending spam, but we don't advocate for spam anyway around here. So biggest unlock in copy is stop doing email templates. Let the LLM write for you. Yeah, it's a superb question. So hyper-personalized copy. Well, what does the LLM need on the user of the account in order to be able to write these hyper-personalized emails? Again, it comes back to the signals and the research that you should have done on the account. So you can expect it to run magic on an account and a lead if you don't feed the right data points into the prompt and into what we call a RAG system that's able to understand what you're outreaching about. By the way, we can do this even on replies, so even on engaged leads. And it's the same principle. You just have to understand the full context of the user and the account and pass it into the prompt. So again, do your research, right? So it came back to, if you know the social signals, if you know the website signals, if you know the product signals, if you know hiring tech stack signals, provide all of this information into the LLM and allow the LLM to make the determination of what to use and to generate personalized copy. And work with it on positive and negative. So thumbs up, thumbs down type of responses into the LLM, and allow it to tune itself on your business. And you will be pleasantly surprised with how after just a few weeks of working with an LLM, it will write better than what you would write if you looked at all of this data points yourself. I don't know if you remember, but just 6 to 9 months ago, we were struggling on Zoom calls, sitting and trying to write emails on the account research that you had done. And I was trying to put my tone of voice and my spin on them. and we don't know if you remember that meeting. We went for an hour. Well, that exact meeting that we had, where a lead researcher and account researcher would have to do a bunch of research, and then a founder would go and look at all those data points and try to craft a personalized email that doesn't look templated, and write it out so it looks like it came directly from the person with knowledge of the account. All of that entire process that we did, grinded through for hours and hours doing, that led to replies. Now an LLM can do that automatically and allow you to just hit up or deny, right? So I think I'm very excited about this particular development in LLMs. We call it hyper-personalized customer journeys. And I think this is a simple unlock, again, that everyone should do. And please provide it as much context as you can from your social signals or your website.